Hello, good morning and welcome to the United Stand. This is your latest Manchester United transfer news where we give you all the latest Manchester United transfer news and give it that real fan opinion. And you know what? We need to turn a page from yesterday. The negativity inflicted on us by the news that Mourinho Fellaini is about to sign a new contract is difficult to swallow. But if there's one thing about Manchester United, and there's one thing I truly believe, is that we need to move on from that. It is bad. And it will be announced soon, I'm pretty sure. But we need to move on from that. And we need to search for answers. And they may be a long time coming. It may be, maybe that it ends badly and we need a new manager in a year's time. Hopefully not. But we do need some answers to this. And I believe we'll be able to give you some of those today. But first of all, there's something that's been... We're going to be talking about Toni Kroos. We're going to be talking Martial. We're going to be talking about Starman. But I want to just start off first and eradicate some myths that are floating around at the moment. I saw a lot of this yesterday and I didn't mention it on any of the shows. This thing that, well, at least with Fellaini coming in now, Manchester United can spend the money on the more important areas that they need to sort out, i.e. their defence and their right midfielder. Since when is this myth being perpetuated that we need to sort out our defence and our right midfield more than our midfield? I'm a passionate person about this, that the midfield is the problem. When I think about Huddersfield away, you know, defensively we made mistakes, but Huddersfield away, when I think about Newcastle, when I think about away, when I think about West Brom at home, and I think about some of the problems United had in not finishing teams off, in winning games 1 or 2-0, it comes down to the midfield. The inability to press, the inability to move the ball from quick from back to front, the inability to sometimes even provide our forwards with the ball comes from the midfield. And how many times, I mean, Sevilla's always the one that's thrown up, but I've seen teams like Newcastle, like I say, do it to us, cut through our midfield like a hot knife through butter. Manchester United's problem under Jose Mourinho last season was the midfield. It was the midfield. They dictate the play. They take the touches on the ball that feed the attack. They're the players that shield the back four. I don't think Manchester United last summer suffered because of our centre-backs. I don't. I think we could have a better centre-back, but I don't think it's an essential area that we need to build upon. And there's this myth floating around that it is. I think left-back is important, but midfield, and it needed to be two, are the areas that Manchester United need to sort out. And I want to get your opinions on that, because I keep seeing this more and more. Oh, centre-back, at least now they'll be able to spend more money on a centre-back. Mourinho bought Bailly and Lindelof. They're his bloody signings. They're not people he's inherited. And on top of that, he's got Rojo, Jones, Smalling. We don't need a bloody centre-back as much as we need another midfielder. If we are one injury away from a bloody nightmare, if Matic gets injured, Fred gets injured, we're left... Well, we'll have to play Fellaini in the midfield. I mean, Fellaini's going to play in our midfield for at least 20 games next season. Man City, beware. But I think we needed two midfielders, whether Fellaini stayed or not, and whether that will be delivered or not, I'm not so confident now. But what I want to talk about is Starman as well. Manchester United now have to go and sign somebody that's going to get people excited again, because the reality is, the transfer window is meant to be a time for optimism. There's no football being played, so you can't be disappointed by the football because there's no football. You're meant to get enthusiastic and optimistic over the summer about next season. We're meant to be, at the start of August, going, this is our year, we're going to win it. That's football. That's being a football fan. You're meant to have that optimism going into the season. Even teams like, I don't know, even the teams that are probably going to get relegated in the Premier League won't believe that in August. They'll go in thinking, you know what, we might get mid-table. That's what football is. And at the moment, this news around United is sort of lowering expectations. And I don't think a brand like Manchester United or a business like Manchester United will allow that to happen. So I'm convinced that your Bales, your Ronaldos, your Dybalas, your Neymars, they've got to be back on the table for Manchester United now, because it's going to take something like that to get the mood going again. And I was thinking about this last night. If Manchester United, and it's a massive if, but if Manchester United signed Ronaldo in the next 3 or 4 weeks, what would my mood do to what it is now? Now, I feel pretty fed up that we're going to keep Fellaini. I do feel fed up about that. But, you know, time's a great healer and I will feel better. If Fellaini announces that he's staying on tomorrow and then next week we're in for Ronaldo, I'll forget Fellaini very, very quickly, because I'll be like, wow, we're doing a business deal like that. And I think that's the only thing in my head that justifies what Manchester United might be about to do. I mean, the flip side of that coin is we go and sign, you know, we spend another 60 million and that's it. and that's it for the summer. And I tell you what, if that is the case, I feel sorry for Mourinho, because it's not Mourinho's fault then. That's the board. That's the board not releasing the funds. You're telling me if Jose Mourinho had 300 million or 400 million, he'd go, Ed, I only need 70. You can have 330 million back. He wouldn't. He'd go, bloody hell, I've got 300 million pounds to try and close this gap on Man City. I'm going to spend it. Where do we we're going shopping, Ed. So Mourinho will be dictated by the funds that he's got, and we've got to be careful about where blame is apportioned, because, you know, if Mourinho's only got Dalot, Fred and one more signing and 130 million, then that's crap. That is rubbish. That even if we got Sandro now and it's just Dalot, Fred and Sandro, that's crap. That's a feeble effort to try and close the gap on Manchester City. It really is. They'll spend more than that on the two players they're going to get. So we've got to be. It's going to go one way or the other, isn't it? I just don't think Manchester United will think we are not going to get away with what we've just done with this Fellaini thing next season if we don't go and do something big and brash. Now I feel that big and brash thing may be Gareth Bale. Gareth Bale's a divider. Can he play a full season? Is it worth spending so much money on one individual player like that when we need to fill the holes in the team? I don't know, but we'll have to wait and see. And at the moment, that's the positive thing I'm clinging on to. So let me know what your thoughts are about that as well. Lots for you to get involved in today. Does that marquee signing make you forget about the inadequacies that we maybe have taken on? I don't know. Anyway, just to bring some news as well, Anthony Martial, there was a story today, Anthony Martial, that Juventus are going to wait till next summer to sign him for free. I think somebody should tell Juventus that they won't be signing him for free next summer anyway. His contract does expire, but we've got the option of a further year. So you won't be getting him for free next summer anyway. But there was also something yesterday as well, I think it was from French Football, some source there saying that United have set the target of £70 million for Martial if he leaves Manchester United. I tell you what, I said it on Twitter yesterday. If you're Spurs, Chelsea, Juventus, or any other club, sign him for 70 million. You're getting yourself a bloody bargain. Put your arm round him, play him consistently, and he'll be one of the world's best players. 70 million is an absolute bargain for Martial. And if anybody's thinking about it, you know, and United are stupid enough to take that money for him, he's more than worth it. And like I say, look after him, play him regularly, and reassure him, and you'll get a superstar. But hopefully that's not going to happen. I cannot deal with keeping Fellaini and selling Martial. That would just be, I don't know. I said there'd be some peaks and troughs in this transfer window though, so let's hope the peaks are really high, because the troughs are pretty low at the moment. And also, I just want to bring in Germany going out of the World Cup. This has been mentioned. I've seen it floating around a few times. Does Germany going out of the World Cup early benefit Manchester United in any way in relation to, you know, I was talking about Serbia yesterday morning. Well, if Serbia go out, then that makes Milinkovic-Savic free to sort his transfer out. We're not going to be in for Milinkovic-Savic now anyway. I think we can park Milinkovic-Savic. I'm sure we'll get linked to him again. I'm sure we'll mention him again. But in my mind, that the signing, he was the Fellaini replacement if we were going to get him. If Fellaini's staying, we're not going for him. And maybe, you know, which is sad, but, you know, some people weren't impressed with him in the World Cup. But what have I said about the World Cup? Don't judge people in the World Cup. Sweden's centre-back is going to be playing second division Swedish football next season. And he's probably been one of the best players in the tournament. So, you know, you've got to be careful what you judge on a World Cup. But I don't see us getting Milinkovic-Savic anymore. But in relation to Germany going out, no doubt we'll get linked to Toni Kroos, which is exactly the same as Raphael Varane. How we get linked to these players and why they'd want to come to Manchester United, I do not know. Toni Kroos is one of the best midfielders in the world. Of course, I'd want him to come to Manchester United. I'd want him to come hungry. I saw him in that Germany shirt, and he didn't look as hungry as he does in a Real Madrid shirt. So if he was coming to United, I'd want him to be hungry. But I can't see it. I don't think there's anybody for Germany that, well, Boateng terrifies me, to be honest. Maybe Jerome Boateng might happen. But I don't see anyone else in a German national squad that we're looking at. Brandt is an interesting winger, but apparently Liverpool are after him because they do sign quick, exciting young players to develop. But no, I don't see anyone. I don't know. Give us your thoughts on that, but I don't see us being able to do Toni Kroos. I don't see it being able to do that deal at all. Anyway, please do drop a like on the video. There's lots and lots for you to talk about, of course. Am I right about the midfield thing, or do you think a centre-back's more important? For me, last season, the midfield was the problem. Attack. midfield, defence, whatever it is, Manchester United, if they're going to sign Marouane Fellaini, it's got people really fed up. They've got to go and do something big. And for me, I think they will do. And if they're going to do something big, I think it's going to be something that makes us forget this Fellaini thing in a couple of weeks. It's got to be, I think. But what if they don't? What if we just go and spend another 50 million and that's it? This is shambles, isn't it? It's shambolic, and you can't blame Mourinho for that. Mourinho isn't in charge of what budget he gets, so interesting to see that. But I personally think we're going to do something big, because I think we have to do something big now. And for me, as I said yesterday on Twitter, it's Ronaldo. Ronaldo's got to be it, because that's the only thing that's going to make me feel totally happy about keeping Fellaini. Even Bale won't make me totally happy. It's like, I'm worried. I'll be always worried about him getting injured, and you know that concerns me a little bit. And Germany going out. Do you think there's any opportunities for us to do business with Germany? Thanks everyone for watching. Drop a like on the video, please. And we did the phone in last night about Fellaini, so make sure you watch that. It should be coming up in the top left-hand corner any time. Back again tonight at 9 o'clock after the England game. Come on, the England. And thanks everyone for watching. I'm trying to be positive for you. I'm trying to get over yesterday. I really am. And I'll tell you how I'm doing it. And you should do this, because we are Manchester United. We don't wallow in self-pity. We get up and we go again. And the reason I'm getting better than I was yesterday is because it's a new day. And I just think United cannot inflict this pain and misery on United fans without something big and brilliant about to happen. I hope I'm right. Thanks for watching.